before then, almost nose to tail.
Why the fuck am I so unlucky?
Oh, so close!
Welcome to Imola, the spiritual home of Ferrari. But you don't need me to tell you that. Just look at the red-clad tifosi in the grandstands. They're ready. Are you ready? For the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track at Imola featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One tracks as it's taken anti-clockwise. Let's hope nobody forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight on the circuit, and it's only DRS zone. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Leclerc, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Russell, Fernando Alonso, Antonelli, Hülkenberg, and Pierre Gasly, Ocon, Stroll, Alex Albon, and Bortoletto, Hadjar, Doohan, Carlos Sainz, and Liam Lawson, Behrman, and Phoenix. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometres an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Here we go then, the 5 lights are on here at Imola. And it's lights out and away we go. Quite a fairly even start from the front 2, but the run down to turn 1 is quite long, and Norris takes that opportunity to go alongside Max Verstappen and ahead of Max Verstappen as he goes around the outside of turn 1 of the Red Bull into the chicane and takes the lead of the Grand Prix with Verstappen and Piastri behind as they head now into the second chicane of the track, and Phoenix, who started last, has already got past Sainz and Behrman right at the start, and he looks for a move into turn 7 on the first racing ball, but gets past the other of Lawson and moves up to 17th place. Phoenix is just biding his time here as he has gotten past Isaac Hadjar. I'm not sure if we'll have a replay of that or not. He just switched back on Hadjar, waited for him to go wide and got 16th place. Phoenix behind the Alpine and Sauber. Down the main straight we go and into turn 1. Oh my word! Phoenix goes down the inside of turn 1 on both of them and moves up 2 places. What a move! Here's a replay of that brilliant move. That was truly last of the late breakers there, and with Daniel gone, it's good we have a replacement for him. Down the straight, and Max Verstappen is under huge pressure from Piastri with DRS. and Piastri flies past the Red Bull and makes it a McLaren 1-2. This is looking good for McLaren in the constructors, but it's still early days. Further back, Phoenix has made brilliant progress so far, considering he started at the back of the grid and is now behind Esteban Ocon for 13th place as he now goes down the long straight with DRS and gains on the Haas as they head into turn 1. Phoenix comes out ahead and up to 13th place. The pit window is now open, so most people will be pitting this lap as we are watching Charles Leclerc on Max Verstappen, and overtaking Max Verstappen are taking over the final podium plate. Here comes Phoenix into the pits and it's slow on the rear right. Look! And he is held up by drivers as well. All of his recovery falls apart now and he has to work his way back up again.
What the fuck?
Top 9, strat 8.
Phoenix moves up to 12th place, but he is behind Stroll for 11th. What the? Stroll just closed the door on Phoenix as they head now into turn 1, and Phoenix makes the move on the Aston Martin. But what on earth was that?
Stupid idiot.
Lap 13 out of 16, and Phoenix goes down the inside into turn 1 on Alex Albon and gets a point. What a recovery by Phoenix so far from the back of the grid to 10th at the moment. Max Verstappen on the back of the McLaren of Norris, and with DRS gets past Norris quite easily, though Norris had DRS as well. He is suddenly dropping back from Verstappen. Does he have an issue? Does he have an issue? I think he does. From a McLaren 1-2 to potentially having one car out. And they do. He's slowing. Is there smoke? I can't see from this angle, but I think there is. And he is pulling to the side of the track. From a McLaren 1-2 to having one leading this race and one on the side of the track to not finish this race. It's good news though for Phoenix, as with Norris's DNF, he reclaims second in the drivers' standings, unless he DNFs himself, which I highly doubt. Lap 15 out of 16 of this Grand Prix, and Phoenix once more and goes down the inside on Nico Hülkenberg to claim 8th place with just 2 laps to go. Can he get Antonelli? Final lap of this amazing Grand Prix and into Tamburello chicane. Phoenix goes down the inside on the Mercedes and he's done it! P20 all the way up to P7 in just 16 laps. Amazing job. It's Oscar Piastri coming round the final corner. It's his first podium at an Italian track. His first win at an Italian track. Oscar Piastri wins the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix with Leclerc in second and Verstappen in third. Further behind, well, not far behind thanks to his brilliant driving, comes Phoenix in the second Red Bull as he comes down the straight and takes the checkered flag. Phoenix goes from last to P7 after taking an engine penalty. What a drive!
Well done, Max. Well done, Max. Mega, well done.
This feels good. Well done, guys. Amazing. Amazing.
Cracking job. Really, really good.
We just have to send it.
3 different constructors on the podium, but one comes out on top, and it's McLaren and Oscar Piastri here in Imola as we head to Monaco in a week's time. Phoenix overtakes Lando in the drivers' standings. Can't wait for Monaco.